Welcome, Snap Vegan. This is the video I told you was coming. I'm smoking, so get over it. Be grateful I'm not drunk videoing, because I feel like doing that too. But that wouldn't help. Cigarettes help, believe it or not. Is that Kim Carey at #1 that just comes on my videos all the time? Congratulations on your new place, Kim. Kim, roses and cards, moved to my old place at Southbridge, or complex in Southbridge. So she has a new apartment. Yay! On the lake. Yay! With geese in her backyard. That could be a yay, or that could be a ooh. Depends on how you look at it. Okay, I told you I'd come. Got 2 more people coming up. I am smoking. Get over it, okay? Okay, so now that we got the congratulatory thing out of the way, and thank you, I'm like blown away for that. So Patty sold her car. Told you about that. Sold it to her cousin for $1,000. It needs like $3,500 drivetrain work on it. It needs new brakes. Oh man, he's got a job on his hands. Anyway, and the plates are due next month. Anyway, so we're thinking, okay, well that's good, right? So I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and Patty doesn't know about some of this, so I guess I'm telling you, and maybe she'll find out. Maybe she won't. I don't know. Talking with my doctor, I was telling her about Patty and how I do the same thing. I look for a word, or I'll say the wrong word sometimes, or I know what I want to say, but I can't think of the word to say it. And I'm an educated woman, and I told her, I says, I don't. Oh, my new doctor, by the way. I told you my doctor was leaving Lutheran Health, and I had to find a new doctor. So with much wrangling with the insurance company and finagling who's going to pay for what and how that's going to shake out and all that kind of stuff, well, I met my new doctor yesterday. And she is pretty damn incredible. She's got a really bubbly personality. She's very smart, very, and she basically told me, she introduced herself to me, told me that she didn't have to be there. She chose to be there. She, does it because she wants to do it. And she likes treating the whole patient and not just spicks and spats. So she asked me about what's my history. And I'm like, girl, we ain't got all day. She goes, you got as much time as I tell you we're going to do. And we're going to do however long we want to do. I'm like, I like her already. Went through my history and everything else like that. And then I told her, we were talking about my anxiety. And, I explained to her about Savannah. I explained to her about my son getting run over, crushed by a Humvee. I explained to her about my dad died. 4 years later, my sister died. 5 years later, my brother died. And then friend after friend after friend. I said, it's just been a chain of loss. And then something come up with the car, and then I have to move. And I said, it just seems like it's been one chain of circumstances that just want to keep my spirit down, or on the other side of the coin, just keep me challenged and on top of things and whatever. I said, I can't call it karma because I'm a good person. Bad things happen to good people, but, can't say it's karma because I ain't screwed nobody over. It's always been the other way around. But, just things happening. And part of this channel, is to let people know about real life out here, right? We talked about, me smoking. We talked about, we talked about the anxiety, and I've got a big ass bottle of Xanax, a big bottle, and it says 2012 on it. I mean, that's how frequently I take a Xanax. But when I need it, I need it, And I told you before about I tried to get a refill on that, even though I had a bunch. But I figured since they were from 2012, they probably might have lost their effectiveness. I talked to her about that, and she said, no, not generally, but, could be maybe I'm like, well, I don't take it frequently enough to know. I mean, when I take it, it works, obviously, because I have a buildup of resistance to it. And after what happened yesterday, which I'll get to in a minute, I needed one. So I came home and I took it, and it worked. Did what it was supposed to do. It allowed me to sleep. I slept. At any rate. So anyway, we're talking about depression, and she did this kind of exam, kind of a question answer thing. So my anxiety disorder, it says, you seem to be doing well managing your anxiety and depression. Just show you. I don't know if you can read it. It says, you seem to be doing well managing your anxiety and depression symptoms. Let me know if you need a refill. Also, willing to refer you for behavioral therapy. But I explained to her, too, that, my anxiety isn't something I live with every day. It's situational. It's something, it's a legitimate event that happens that gives me reason to freak out or be extra worried or concerned about things. So we talked about that, and then she asked me the question and answer, and I am moderately, moderate panic disorder. It's not severe. I'm middle of the road. We talked about my depression. Same thing. You seem to be doing well managing your anxiety and depression. We talked about the depression and how last week for 4 days, I just laid up in bed, played Xbox, felt terrible because my fibromyalgia flared up because, damn, I ate a piece of meat. Okay, that happened. All right, so, but then it was just, as far as the depression goes, it was like, she asked me if I ever thought about hurting myself or wondering, would I be better off dead? I'm like, well, I'm not going to hurt myself because I have a life insurance policy. And it's going to pay out if I kill myself. And my son's got to have some money to get here and take care of my business. So no, I'm not going to kill myself. I'm just not. I don't care how bad it gets. Well, there's one situation where I probably would think about it. We talked about that too. There's one thing, and I won't discuss it here, but there's one thing that if it ever happened, I'm done. But we talked about the depression being event driven, Savannah, my dad, my mom, sister, brother, friend. Everybody's dropping dead around me. I said, yeah, I question my mortality all the time. She goes, well, you are of the age where people start doing it. I'm like, shut up. Are you saying I'm an old hag? Basically, yeah. But she has a good sense of humor, and so much like my regular other doctor that left, which I'll tell you about her in a minute too. Except for Dr. Stinson was like more business, and when I would crack a joke like that, she'd just go like that and smile. She would like laugh out loud. There was a couple times she laughed out loud, but in general, Dr. Stinson was like business, occasional little smart aleck remark. I like that. Anyway, but this doctor, her name is Billy Becker. Well, she's a nurse practitioner. Me and her just hit it off right away. Right away. And her nursing staff. Oh no, there's Cathy. Where's Patty? I said, Patty's out in the hallway. And the doctor says, why isn't your friend in here with you? I said, because they wouldn't let us, COVID and all that. She goes, what's her name? I said, Patty. She said, okay, hold on. Got the nurse. Go tell Patty to come back here. That was very cool. And her and Patty, of course, Patty gets along with everybody. But Patty confirmed, with her. She goes, Kathy's been depressed for the last week. And she goes, and I think it's my fault. I said, no, Patty. It's not your fault. I hate that she thought that. It's not her fault that I'm a friend to her. But anyway, square that away. No, not your fault. I have a history of this, so even before you came around. But anyway, so there was like no need for like medication. I mean, she said, let me know if you need a refill of your medication, but I didn't have any medication to refill, so I don't take depression medicine. I just deal with it, take a nap, get over it. Here's the hypercholesterolemia. I've got a wad of labs I have to take, lipid profile, regular profile, all this other kind of stuff, just to see if my little cheating business has made my cholesterol go up. And that's annual thing anyway. I do that anyway, and that's how I track my stuff. So that was okay. Then we talked about my smoking. And she says she is always willing to discuss smoking cessation options. We talked about the time I was on Chantix and how it gave me wicked nightmares. I mean, bad, evil thought nightmares. I mean, terrible. So, and then it says, please stop smoking. I will tell you this at every appointment. Yeah, she probably will. Now, here's the part that kind of worried me a little bit. And as I was saying, I talked to her about Patty and her recent diagnosis. And I said, what's the likelihood of two people that's been hanging out together for 19 years having the same thing? So hers is alcohol induced and mine's just, I don't know, senior moment gone bad. I don't know. And I didn't want to do the Munchausen by self proxy kind of bullshit. Just think that maybe I got a problem too. But I told you I was going to ask my doctor about it because I have trouble finding words. Sometimes I use the wrong word. And I have to take a pause and think about what is the word. And I said, I don't know. Is there way to find out if that's just normal senior moment? Or do I, in fact, have what she has, except before the speech problem starts? So I'm getting referred to be tested. But we'll see. That's all I'm going to say about that. So anyway, the appointment went well. And so here's what she wrote. I am referring you to neuropsychology for further evaluation of my aphasia type symptoms. And she did that little neurology check, hands up, hands down, push out, push in, up, down, that kind of preliminary thing. I did tell her about my left thumb, though. I was reaching for a glass in the cabinet, and this thumb just started trembling. And it happened the other night, and I says, I said, it's not a carpal tunnel thing. This, when I had this surgery done, the carpal tunnel thing, it wasn't, it would be like a twitch, kind of thing sometimes. I said, but this is a tremble. And it's like this part of my thumb up to like right here, I could feel the whole thing just trembling. So I don't know what's going on with that. That's a neurological thing. So we're going to find out about that. And I told her, I said, it doesn't happen like if my hands are down here. It's just when I reach up for something. and it just starts trembling. So we'll find out what the hell that's going on about. Pain management profile. She needs to draw a baseline. She asked me about my pain medicine. She saw all the other medicines I was on, and she goes, "My God, you're only on like 3 and 2 as needed." I'm like, "Yeah." So we talked about plant-based, whole food plant-based. And then I told her about the depression and diarrhea for 4 days after I ate a piece of meat. And she goes, "Well, you know how to fix it, don't you?" I said, "Yeah." She says, "How?" I said, "Don't eat meat." And she says, "I love this new doctor. She's so cool." So she asked me, I said, pain. She asked me about the pain management because I was on tramadol 3 times a day when my fibromyalgia would flare up and everything would hurt. And oh my God, it was awful. And I'm allergic to morphine. So tramadol, I guess, is supposedly synthetic morphine. I don't know. But there have been times I have taken a tramadol in the past and it didn't even put a dent in it. I couldn't even tell any difference. Didn't even take an edge off. Nothing. So I would still take a leave on top of that. And then Dr. Stinson told me about, hold on. Hello, darling. Let me call you back in just a few minutes, okay? Okay, darling. Bye. That's Patty. She's 2 doors down. She could just walk in my house. She don't. I don't know why. Anyway. So she asked me, "Well, what am I doing with this pain management thing?" I said, "Well, first of all, you know, I eat vegetables, rice, grains, potatoes. I don't, when I do eat meat, it's a rare occasion, and I have been doing it more often lately. I have to tell you." I said, "But I pay for it immediately. I pay for it immediately." And so I told her Dr. Stinson told me about the turmeric and honey, and she asked me for my recipe. So I said, "It works." I said, "You just take a teaspoon, let it melt in your mouth before you swallow. And then I tell you, less than 5 minutes, the edge is off and your muscles are fluid." And I said, "I don't know. I've never been a curry eating person, never ate turmeric before that I know of, until then. And it works. It absolutely works." So she says, "That's fascinating." So she made a note of that. "What's your recipe?" Told her I had a YouTube channel. The recipe was on there. Show you how to make it. She thought that was cool. And then we talked about, before Patty came in the room, we just talked about the increase in activity that I've had that I'm not accustomed to. Going to the doctor more. Now, like, what I'm about to, this is kind of preface what I'm about to tell you in a minute. My insurance company pays for free transportation to and from the doctor. I think up to 26 visits a month or something like that. Very frequent. And to and from counts as 1 visit, not 2. I mean, trips, not 2. So to the doctor, from the doctor is 1 visit. Patty has Medicaid, and it charges, I think, $4 now, $3.90, something like that, one way, and $3.90 back every time. Now, like tomorrow, Patty has 2 visits in 1 day. Bing, 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 ching, 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 ching. You got that kind of money when you're on SSD, or excuse me, SSI. Trying to get her finances squared away where she's a little more debt free. Not there yet. Close. But Patty, going out with Patty is, it's like every other day I'm out doing something. Port flush, lab work, this doctor, that doctor. Speech therapy now. Once a week. They want to bump it to twice a week. It's for her. It's good, whatever. Going to start to try to look into more. The thing about her, I can't do telehealth because they have to listen to her heart because of her heart, because of her aneurysm, and because of her leaky valve. They have to hear it. That's something you can't do over the internet. Um, and because of her mastectomy and stuff, whenever she goes to the cancer doctor, he's always feeling the area for things, whatever it is he's looking for. So that can't be done over the internet. Um, Dr. Stevens, who's her surgeon, he has to touch her. He has to feel too, and that can't be done over the internet. What's the other one? Well, she has Dr. Choi, that's her heart doctor, and then she has her heart surgeon. That guy, I think he's got mental problems too, memory problems. They have to hear her, hear her. So her appointments, with the exception of speech therapy, we can do online, but the other appointments, they have to touch her. They have to hear her and touch her. So for the exam. So I'm thinking, as winter approaches, we're going to move at least the speech therapy portion to the internet because we can do that. So that'll help. But talking to my doctor about the increase of activity and the going and going and going and going, I'm like, my stamina is not good. But this is helping me. It's making me more mobile. I'm walking more, doing more things, getting out more. And anytime I'm around Patty, it's always a joy. She elevates my mood. And when Patty told her that for the last 4 or 5 days I've been depressed and in pain and stuff like that, I said, yeah, but then we went out and you elevated my mood. I still feel like crap, but my mood was lighter. So, but so that's my doctor visit. And then on the way home from the doctor, she said, let's go to Lazy Boy. Look at a recliner. Because she sold her car and it was $1,000. And Medicaid standards is you can't have more than $1,327 in your bank or you lose your benefits. So she wanted to get a TV and a recliner. And we got to do it before the 1st because when she gets paid again, that'll trip her and she'll lose it. Even though we can reapply, she'll still lose it. So that's life in the fast lane out here in disability world. So we went to Lazy Boy. She found a recliner. She got a recliner. Yay! You should see her recliner. Oh, y'all, please. Whew. Anyway, and my recliner, the springs are popping through the seat. There's like these finger springs, like this. And they're popping up. They haven't busted through the fabric yet, but they're popping up there. Anyway, that's my recliner. Her recliner was like, ugh, way bad. I just put pillows in mine. But anyway, so she got her recliner. Yay. Got a schedule. She'll get it on the 1st. And then we were leaving Lazy Boy. We were going to go to Best Buy because it was right down the road. Let her look at some TVs so she can get her TV. Steering my car. I'm turning to the left. And I feel, can't hear it, but I feel it. Click, click, click. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I steered this way, and it was like I lost power steering. It was gone. And then I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I put the car in park, and I turned it to the left, and I felt it again. Click, click, click. And then I turned it back to the right, and it was like, like that. And I'm like, oh my God, the power steering again? I got out of the car, turned the car off, got out of the car, popped the hood, checked the power steering fluid. It was full. I just checked all my fluids last week. Everything was good except I'm a half quart low on oil. So I'm like, okay, that's good. Power steering fluid's good. No burn smell, nothing like that. Like, okay. Because some things, I can do myself. I'm like, oh my God. So I get back in the car. And, I've got that tilt thing. So I tilt it back. And the steering wheel was wobbling off of the column. I'm like, shit. I'm like, it was kind of solid here, but it would wobble here. And it wobbled back and forth. About that much. Wobble, 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 wobble. I'm like, oh my God. And then talk about panic attack. Talk about panic attack. I was consumed. It was like a big wave of, oh my effing God. Now, Patty, and I don't know if it's because of her condition or not, calm as a cucumber. Just so calm. And I'm like, inside, I'm like, So, luckily, Lazy Boy's got a big parking lot. So, I was trying to see what was going on in there. And I knew right away. Something is right in Denmark here. So, I found a way to get the steering wheel to at least set in a place. And I had to push on the steering wheel while I'm turning the steering wheel to keep it from wobbling off. I put my flashers on my car and I drove home at 25 miles an hour the whole 11 miles. We had to go over a bunch of railroad tracks, nice and slow, but they're bad railroad tracks here in Fort Wayne. Anyway, the whole time I'm having to push against the steering wheel. And so from Lazy Boy showroom to home, I had to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns. Intersection, turn left. Hard turns, not like just, like that. I had to make 5 hard turns to get it parked back home. Now, my heart rate on my Fitbit said 124. That's not bad, really, all things considered. So I'm thinking, okay, well, this is just panic, man. This is not a heart thing. This is just a panic thing. This is an anxiety thing. Anyway, I get in. I call my insurance company. I call the service center because they're the ones that replaced my steering column when my car got stolen 3 years ago. Or 3 years ago. 4 years. Anyway, recently. And I'm like, do you recall when I told you on a previous video that the center pad thing for my steering wheel where the horns are and the airbag, that just fell off in my lap one day driving. I'm like, what? Well, that was a screw. So at any rate, I made it home, parked the car, had a cigarette, came upstairs and I called the service center. They were closed. Left a message. They have a towing service that they'll come get you, but it's $50. So I thought, oh God, they're going to charge me $50 for a damn tow. And then so I pulled out my trusty insurance card and I'm like, well, I've got emergency roadside towing, but I'm not roadside. I'm actually parked at the house now. Will they cover it? Anyway, I called. It's covered. The tow was free. Yay. So they called me today to tell me that they looked at it and the technician tried to drive it. I said, there's a note on the dash that says the steering isn't working. So why would he try to drive it? Anyway, he tried to drive it and confirms you can't freaking drive the car well. So they looked into it further, and the steering column, the steering shaft broke. The steering shaft broke. How in the F does a steering shaft break without impact, or I don't know. But the steering shaft is busted. Couldn't drive the car. He told me the moment that happened, I should have called a tow truck. I'm like, well, no way home. So anyway, part of me saying, oh my God, we could have died. Oh my God, but putting the flashers on and driving 25 miles an hour was the best I could think to do at the time. We did it with caution and got home okay. So the other side of me saying, God is good. We made it home safely. Patty's okay. Number one priority. I'm okay. With the exception of the freaking out. I'm okay. So, it's a 92 car. Where are you going to find a steering column? GM don't have them anymore. So they did a nationwide search. They found one in another state somewhere. I don't know. Going to take a week just for it to get here. And labor and the shaft, $860. $860. Do I have $860? No. I have $118 in my checking account. So, her cousin Eric, who bought her car, has offered to, he has a 2019 Chrysler 300. But he basically bought her car as a courtesy. Not because he actually wanted it, but as a courtesy. And the brakes are bad, so he goes, I would offer you to drive the Explorer if you wanted to. I'm like, I'm not driving that car with the brakes like that. What's worse, no brakes or no steering wheel? It's equally as bad. So he has volunteered for the next 2 weeks to take Patty to and from her appointments, which is good. And I am grateful. And take her TV shopping. She has to do that before the 1st. And pick up her medicine, which is at CVS right now, waiting for her to pick up. And so is mine. Oh, which reminds me. Hold on just a minute. I have to do this right now. Oh, no, I don't. Shit, I picked it up. See? That's what I'm talking about. I forgot that I picked up my medicine 2 days ago. Anyway, so $860 to fix the car. It'll take a week for the parts to come in. I don't have the money. So, there are two options here. Well, should I just get rid of the car and get another car? Where am I going to get? For me to get another car, I would need at least $9,000 to get a decent car. I'm not going to buy another old junk. I need a decent car, $8,000, at least $7,000. Okay? But if I go above $8,000, I'm not going to be able to even afford the plates for another car. So let's just call it $7,500 for a car, $860 for a fix. I have no credit. I cut my credit cards up 30 years ago. I don't have any credit. When my credit score's like 680 or some shit like that, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even check it anymore because I don't have any credit. So I called Yeomans. Anybody that let me get you. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Okay, so this is their website. And anybody that wants to help me fix my car can just go to that site, call their number, and say, I want to help Cathy Cross pay for her steering column. And they will not take money more than the $860. That way you pay it directly. You don't have to worry about what's Cathy going to do with the money. Or you can use the PayPal below and I'll just send it to her. But I need help. I need your help. Like I said, Patty's insurance company charges her each way $390, I think it is. $390 each way for doctor's appointments. And as far as I'm concerned, my doctor's appointments, I can get free transportation, so that's not a problem. But then there's, incidental trips. Grocery store, we have one close by. Kroger's that way. Walmart's way that way, or way this way. For the most part, we can have the groceries delivered, except for things like toilet paper and shampoo and stuff like that. She wants to get herself. But, anyway, so if you want to help out with that. Hey, Julie, welcome to the channel. I'm sorry you're here at the channel for a video that's so depressing. Tell you what, feels like I'm becoming a freaking professional beggar here because it's just one chain of events, things after another, after another, after another, after another. The good news is I'm surrounded by angels. I am protected by God so far on things like that. In the good thing. Of course, if I get sick, God ain't got nothing to do with that. That's my behavior. Thing is, thank you for being here, Julie. So once again, I'm asking for your help. Now you can either go to Yeomans, that site right there in the chat, and just call him up. Ask for John. Let me write that down. Ask for John. Okay, so ask for John at Yeomans. And because I already gave him a heads up, people might be calling to try to put a little, $10, $20, whatever down, to help me pay for this. Please take their money. And he laughed. He goes, I'll take their money all day long. I'm like, okay, good. Just giving you a heads up. And he said, okay. Because, my financial stuff is a private business and usually they don't, but, So, and then he will call me, and let me know how close we are. Or actually, all you got to do is just call them and ask them, hey, how close is it to being paid? And he'll tell you. And so that way you don't have to worry about, your money going somewhere where you're like, you can just call them directly and they'll put it on the bill if you want to help. And so that happened. And I guess the reason I'm kind of calm about it right now is because I'm under the influence of Xanax right now. So, level. But still have great concern. So that gets that out of the way. What happened yesterday? No steering, it's wild. I cannot express to you the wave of panic and pure, unadulterated fear that raced through me when that happened. I cannot express it. Like I said, on the other side of the coin, Patty's sitting right there. She's just calm as she be. Oh, it'll be okay. Yeah. I love her to pieces. She's so good. Anyway, she's called because I got to go over her receipts and balance her checkbook and do all that kind of stuff for her. So I need to probably get to that. I guess it's good that I have this to do, because otherwise I'd be in my head all day long about this, and that would only complicate the issues. And, so, helping other people does take your mind off of your stuff. I can say that much for sure. So I am grateful that I'm in a position that I can help her, because there's nobody else. Now her cousin, like I said, he said for the next couple of weeks he'll do the appointments, because after that we don't have anything until the 21st of October, and that is, well, right now, okay. So she's got a vet appointment for her cat Tuesday, Wednesday, neuropsych for a 2-hour testing and speech therapy following that at Purdue University. Then she's got an appointment at 1:15 for her other people. Then she has on Monday a port flush, and then nothing again until the 21st. And that's an eye appointment for me and her, because we go to the same doctor. So I figured we'll make the appointment same back to back. So, and in between, there's grocery stores, and, I have mine delivered. I have my groceries delivered. Right now, I don't need any groceries. But she says she needed some stuff. And she needed shampoo and conditioner and stuff like that. I said, well, dang, Dollar General's right across the street. You can walk over there. You can walk over there. They got Tresemme. She uses Tresemme. She needs some conditioner, or shampoo and conditioner, something like that. I use Herbal Essence Rose Hips and whatever, and I just order mine from Walmart.com, and they send it to me. Of course, I had a $35 order, so it's free. Anyway, so that's kind of what happened on the way home. Isn't that a trip? That's a freaking trip. Freaking trip. So that's that. I want to express my deep appreciation to my subscribers that helped get me to 1,000. Yay. And it's funny how YouTube just I'm changing the topic now, in case you didn't notice. YouTube sent me this email saying, it's time to monetize your channel. Go to your settings and apply for AdSense and blah, 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 blah. Do you want ads on this channel? I think not. I mean, ain't nothing like having a really good story being interrupted by a freaking ad, right? Or you're in the middle of cooking and a freaking ad for, Joe Blow condoms pops up or some shit. I'm like, no. If you want to help me, I want you to do it voluntarily, not because you're clicking on an ad or any kind of crap like that. I'm not going to force an ad down anybody's throat because I don't like them either. Shh. Don't tell YouTube that. But I'm not monetizing. What I might do is they have this thing called Super Chat. I think I have to have like 10,000 subscribers for that. They just have this thing called Super Chat, that when I do live sessions, you can just donate money like right there. But see, then if I use that, YouTube takes some of that money. Why do I want to give it to them? If you want to help me out, just help me out. Down below, in the mail, whatever. That's just if you want to. I'm not going to force an ad down your throat and stuff like that. I'm just not going to do it. So anyway, I want to Again, thank all my subscribers. I am hopeful now that I've reached 1,000. I'm going to move my lighting thing here that I've got, that big donut light. I'm just going to move back to the kitchen. I'm going to get my tablet on go. And now I'll be able to film from the kitchen. And I can tell my great stories while we're cooking. Like I used to back in the day. Remember when the channel first started? YouTube didn't have those rules. I was going live from the kitchen. I was unpacking my senior pack and all this kind of stuff right there in front of your face. Live. Then they changed the rules. Then they changed the rules back to make it 1,000 subscribers. Used to, you didn't need any number of subscribers. You could just do it with one subscriber, go live. And now, 1,000. It took what, 3 years to get to 1,000? I'm okay with that. I'm not here to be any master trender kind of doohickey person. I'm here to just bring it to you real, from the disability world, and how you can feel better or not feel better, or, hold ourselves accountable, because I know what makes me go down in the bed for 4 days of depression and pain and diarrhea. I know what causes that. So, and I know what happens when I don't do it. I feel great. Like the doctor says, well, you know how to keep that from happening, right? Don't eat meat. Everybody that knows me knows I put half and half in my coffee. I will always do that. I always have done it. I always will do it. So this is my dairy exception. Half and half in my coffee. Outside of that, I'm not a big cheese fan anyway because it constipates you. I like almond milk. I like soy milk. I like rice milk. Is that rice dream milk? Man, that's smooth. It's good. I like it, especially with bananas and like Rice Krispies. Real good. Real good. Anyway, nobody's chatting. Okay, we got 8 people here. I'm doing roll call right now. Tell me who you are. Where are you at? Say hi. Okay, all the serious business is over. Let's just talk. Ask me questions. Anything. This is your time. We got 12 minutes to go, and the time is yours. Type away. Let's have it. And I'm going to have a cigarette while y'all are doing it. Ready? Go. I have to hear from you. This is an interactive portion of our program. Let's do this thing. Nobody's talking. Okay, we just had a 9th person join in, and we are in the interactive phase, and they just popped back out. But whatever. Come on, talk to me, y'all. Julie did. Don't be shy. Do not be shy. Do not be shy. I'm going to give it a minute because there's a delay. There is a delay. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me how you... Oh, hey, Vicky. It was terror. Vicky, terror. That's a very good word to use. Terror is not a word that would have come to mind before, but that is the perfect word to describe it. All internal too, because I can't freak Patty out, so I have to kind of show calm here, so she don't, but hell, she didn't even realize there was a dangerous thing going on. I guess it's a plus with her condition or something. I don't know. She doesn't recognize danger, and I'm like, But yeah, that was really bad. Terror is a very good word. There's a couple things that's happened in my past. I think we've talked about it with domestic violence. I've had a knife held to my throat. I've been beaten by my husband multiple times. The knife to my throat was fearful. But yes, this incident was terror. That's a very good word, Vicki. That was perfect. Okay, anybody else got a question? Anything about the doctor or life or food or anything? Any good food lately? Okay, well, nobody's responding. I love you, all of you. I understand you want your anonymity. See, there's a word I can't say. That's what I'm talking about. Didn't have that problem before. Anonymity. You don't want people to know who you are. That's what it is. But I love you. I say a little prayer. Send good vibes. Stay positive. With all of this going on, we have to stay positive and, stay positive. I have got to be able to help Patty get to her stuff. I don't have much personal running to do. I don't hardly ever go anywhere. This is all about me trying to help Patty get to where she needs to go and take care of the things we need to take care of. And, but it is my car. So, anyway, love you all. Stay positive. Help a neighbor today. Eat something healthy today. Double up on your veggies. Have a loaded baked potato with all things good. So I love you. Sorry this couldn't have been better news, but at least I did find a good doctor. Patty got a recliner. That's good news. We carry on because that's how we roll. Right? Love y'all. Next time. Bye.